Alrighty, welcome back, folks. We should have a better streaming service for you now. We had to pull the old IT squad, unplug it, and plug it back in again, and it looks like we're back into it. So the score is 8-6 for PBHG. Sorry, I know I had the graphic wrong earlier, not PBGH, and I've said it wrong a couple of times. My apologies. But PBHG in that first half getting 2 breaks in a row. First one to put it back on serve and the second one to take half. So they will actually be pulling from the right-hand side now down to the left to Kingston's local 613. For those of you guys just joining us, you're able to send us any comments, heartaches, questions, concerns. You can tweet at us at Lucas Main and at RJ_Thompson16 for anything that you wanted to talk to us about. As the pool sails just out of bounds here on the left-hand side. And I love that cheer.
Yeah, a little bit of camaraderie coming off the bat here, and hopefully our connection is better for you at home as well. We did have some connectivity issues in the first half, so tried to get that sorted out for you at halftime, and we should be back with better quality for you in the second half.
613 Yearsley with the disc now, center of the field, already 3/4 up the way of the field. Collard with the disc to 73, Katie Fizzle. Fizzle hits the open side, but just out of the reach of number 9, Lauren there.
Yeah, and there you're actually seeing the defender as well, Chamonix for PBHG, getting a little touch on that, making sure that there was no play on the disc for the local 613 player.
Yeah, tough throw in tight space, unable to make it connect. And a big throw comes up again from PBHG, and it's just out of the reach of the striking limb. So local 613 will get a second kick at it here. Number 17, Michaud, to pick it up. He centers it to Yearsley. Looks upfield and throws a big backhand to Curtis Campbell, who tries to reach over his defender and grab it, but is unable. So number 88 from Jarrett Ham picks it up, but there's a call in the play.
Yeah, and Campbell there having to try to attack the disc a little bit earlier than he wanted to because of the defensive pressure there from PBHG. So unfortunately having to go out with one arm, probably not what he wanted to have to do, but bobbling it.
So quick bail cut from number 23 there. Back to 88. So DeLorme with the disc, and centers it to 88, who throws it deep. Ham looking for, who one-hands it, but bobbles it up, and no call in the play there from Wilson. 613 having their third shot at it here. Collard with the disc. She hits Fizzle, who has a striker going deep, and she plans to hit it. And blocked again. Potentially some contact on the play for PBHG, but everyone looks okay.
Yeah, just her own teammate making a little bit of contact there, but both of them able to come down with that D.
Medwick with the disc now, centers it to Wilson, who fakes deep. Cutter coming under for him is Lim, who just bounces out of her right hand there, and 613 taking their time to get to the disc. Yearsley is going to pick it up. There's a flick here to Lauren, who flicks it up the line to Delgobo, but out of her reach again.
And it's interesting here, Lucas, we're seeing probably the least clean point of the entire game so far right out of halftime. So both these teams a little bit shaky and maybe a little bit trying to get themselves too pumped up or too excited in the halftime, and they've come out with a few turnovers apiece now.
As you say that, yeah, a bit of a call on the play, and you can see that in everybody's, and you can't see it, you can hear it on the sideline. It was a bit nervous. They were trying to say too much, trying to give too much encouragement.
Yeah, just a little bit of frantic energy happening on the field right now.
So Medwick holds the disc, moves it to the close sideline. Lim now holding on. No cups up the field, so she throws it back to Medwick. Swings across to 16, Yazenko. That's Brienne Yazenko. And a big shot coming up, nowhere near a receiver, so trying to probably put the other edge on it, put an IO edge so that it would fade to the left-hand side of the field for Medwick, but unfortunately unable to do so. That was number 23 there, Nathan Wilson.
Think on that one as well, maybe just trying to account for the wind when there really isn't too much here as well. It has dropped off a lot, to be fair. In their first game they played on this field against Mola Mola earlier, it would have been gusting a little bit more, so maybe just needing to readjust that one.
As Fizzle cuts under for the disc to grab it, she'll throw it to Campbell, who holds up on the sideline but uncorks a big backhand. It's floating up. Chasing it down is number 9, Evelyn Lauren. Reels that big backhand in after a shaky point to make it 8-7.
And I want to credit Curtis Campbell for that play and that shot as well. He now sits at a goal and 2 assists in this game, and he took a second to make sure that Lauren was going and put that one up into so much space. It's hard sometimes when you put a disc that's a little bit floatier towards your receiver, but he gave so much space on it that it actually was able to trail off a little bit into his receiver's hands, and in the end, a perfect clap catch for the score, making it look so easy. And that's kind of the throws you want to see on the highlight reels, the ones that are perfectly into your receiver's hands. That is good ultimate.
Yeah, the boring ones where no one has to lay out or anything. That's what you want to see. Yeah, we were talking about that in the first game as well. The wind coming from the left to the right. It's tough to throw downwind without putting it way too far. So you got to put lots of love, as you called it back here. Tons of spin on that disc in order to keep it floating, and Campbell did a great job there. So 6-1-3, now only down 1 point. They are down a break though, so they've got to pull it together. They actually have to get 2 breaks in order to win it. So we'll see what they can put together. Number 16, Miles Wilson, holding the disc to pull again for 6-1-3. And the gender, what do we got? The gender matching here. Looks like we're going to have 3 women, 4 men. And the pull comes up. It's going to stay in bounds with Thompson to collect to Benoon in the center of the field, right at the brick mark. He hits a crossing the field. Conrad looks upfield, doesn't see anything he likes, throws a high release to the hands of Beardsall. Benoon fakes backhand, fakes forehand, fakes backhand again, and finally finds Beardsall again on the open side. A little bit clogged up the field from and no contest. Great layout block from 72, Ryan McGruther, who centers the disc. Oh, great grab by number 12, Tess Whitman, to hold on to it there. She's going to center it to oh, there's a call or a pick on the play or something.
Looks like Ryan McGruther here will take an injury sub after that bid, maybe just a little bit knocked up there. The turf surface is really hard when you do make those plays as well. Easy to just feel that one a little bit and need to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, and rather that than try to play out the point and injure yourself even further. So great call there. 6-1-3 is going to take a sub as well, and Yearsley is going to come on for them, so bring a bit of offensive power over while they have the disc. Since injury happened before the throw, the disc is going to go back to number 12 here, Tess Whitman with the disc. She has the bail, Miles Wilson behind her, and she's looking up at a vertical stack. Disc is going to come in on 3. Whitman holding onto the disc, looking for the bail in Wilson. Doesn't get it, so a great bid, but comes out of his hands as he hits the ground there. The 6-1-3 player not able to hold on to it. A scoober over the top to Conrad, who looks upfield, doesn't see anything. Now going to look towards a bail. There's a call, travel from Yearsley, who's on the mark here. The new injury, the sub for from 6-1-3. And Yearsley exclaiming that Conrad's got a little bit of a Iggy shuffle going when he's got the disc. And that's where the travel call came from.
Yeah, and I got to say, each time Conrad does fake that flick side, he does shuffle just a little bit. I'm not sure it's enough to give him an advantage as well, but from my perspective for the ruling in the definition of a travel, that would fit.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not trying to get away with it. If that's how you've always done it, no one's ever called you out on it, yeah, then you're just going to keep doing it, right? contested travel stall, so contested travel call, so the disc is going to come in on stall 6. Nothing upfield, looking for a quick bail to Benoon. He's there. There's going to be a call on the play. Oh, and usually pointing to the observer right away. Conrad called a foul on the backhand around because he made contact with usually. So we'll wait and see what we get out of the call here. I can't really hear what they're saying, so. Oh, sorry. So they are contesting a fast count here. So usually says that he had hit the tee of 10, and Conrad says that he didn't, or that he got the disc off before he did. I think if you isolate that soundbite, got the disc off, that's not going to bode well for me, is that?
Yeah, an interesting discussion here as well. Yearsley arguing that because Conrad didn't call fast count during the stall count, that it shouldn't stand as a fast count there. I think it still does. If you still feel that when you tried to release it that it was fast, I believe still within your right to contest the fast count there. So we'll see. The observer is ruling that it will be a contested stall and it will come in on stall 8 here with Conrad.
Conrad just airs it out because he only had 2 seconds to do so. Wilson misreads it. and it's going to be a goal from Beardsell there, who was able to actually read the disc a bit better, or didn't challenge him on the up, and Conrad gets an assist because of it.
Yeah, Sam Beardsell having a great game here. We've seen him all over the field and doing it on both sides of the disc, on the defensive side as well as now cutting into the end zone, and that's a good heads-up play. I mean, you don't want those late stall count throws to be what your team ever has to rely on, but at the same time, being able to take that opportunity and have a receiver who recognizes what is happening, made the eye contact with Conrad, and made that cut so that he could make a late stall count throw to the end zone.
Yeah, it's always tough when you have, and especially because there's no chance to set up. Sometimes you see timeouts called with 3 or 4 seconds left in the stall count. That's a bit easier because you can say, okay, everybody, let's go here, 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 here. But when you get a high stall count dispute like that, and it's coming in stall 8, with no coordination from your team, more than likely you're going to see a huck or something come up like that. And Conrad, yeah, did a good job, just aired it out high enough for his player, and they come down with it. So making the score 9-7 for PBHG over local 613. So the gender matchup here, we're gonna see 4 women, 3 guys again. Local 613 opting to go with more the higher women ratio, and PBHG to go with the higher men ratio.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we can create on this point as well, with PBHG looking to pull away in this game here and extend their lead to 3.
So Delgobo starts the disc in the center of the field. She swings it across to Rothwell with the disc now. Big backhand break. Yearsley picks it up. Still on the far side. Hits the open Katie Fizzle, striking under. She doesn't look upfield. She was looking for a bail to Michaud there. Number 4, Allison Collard swings it back to Katie Fizzle. And there's a pick call on the play. And coming in on stall 3. Collard with the disc, knocking on the door for 613, Yearsley. Fizzle cuts to the break side, and she's got it. Yearsley to Fizzle to make the score 9-8 for PBHG. Still in the lead here, up 1 break. We're going to have to see what 613's defense can do now.
Yeah, and a good job from them here to patiently work it up the field to get this hold as well. Looking still like they're calm and involved in this game despite PBHG taking advantage of a couple breaks there.
to adjust the master, that's why. Okay, so this game got started just under an hour ago. So we have 25 more minutes until the horn goes, I think. Yeah, 85-minute games here.
And the last few points as well have been a little bit longer, too. We saw the first half of this game go by ridiculously fast, honestly, Lucas. So interesting to see this change now. And the second half, we've seen a little bit longer on the points.
Yeah, uncharacteristic to our first half where it was bang, bang, bang. Both teams lighting up their offense and making it happen nice and quick. But we'll see if we can, if they can do that, bring that back into the second half here. Thompson hanging over the disc and a zone defense coming down from 6-1-3. Backhand over the top to Benoon. Hits 33, Delorme here. Back to Benoon. Lim with the disc. She looks backwards. Hits Benoon. Thompson, again, high release over the top again to Conrad. Conrad to the far side to Benoon, who breaks it through the cup. We've got Beardsell with the disc, who throws a big backhand around. That was a great throw, but just out of the reach of Lim, who was striking to challenge the deep defender. And that one actually, the disc actually sailed underneath the fence. So Wilson looking to go back to go get it. Oh, you've got a helpful bystander there to come grab the disc, and he does.
Yeah, Beardsell just putting that one on a bit of a laser all the way to the end zone. Had a wide open Jada Lim, so maybe just getting a little bit too excited when he saw how open his receiver was in the end zone.
And she was, because they were still transitioning from that zone defense. So now we have 6-1-3 with the disc again. Wilson to 47, Blackford. Haven't said his name yet. Back to Wilson. There's a call on the play. So Blackford with the disc on the far sideline. There's a discussion with himself and Conrad. So Willem, Conrad. Not sure too much what's going on. Stall's going to come in on stall one, I can tell you that for free. And Wilson looking deep, and he just unleashes it to number 29, Robinson, who's able to come down with it. And it's not in as indicated by the observer, so he's going to pull it out and swing it all the way around to Kyle Plum, number 93, who dishes it in to number 20, Paula Wong. So Kyle Plum to Paula Wong for a break from 6-1-3, ties the game up at 9. And we have ourselves a flat ball game here.
Yeah, and 6-1-3 making easy work of that to work it up the field. Braden Robinson, Queens player out of Ontario as well, played for Grand Trunk previously, winning gold medals at Nationals too. So good to see him taking control in that situation. And Paula Wong, recently having played at the World Ultimate Club Championships with the Banana Cutters in Cincinnati as well, making that cut to the end zone look easy, and local 6-1-3 back involved in this game at 9-9.
Yeah, 9-9. One break. Well, we're back on serve now, so that puts us back to where we started the game. And it looks like, I think the timeout's going to be called by 6-1-3 here. So we'll have 2-minute break while local 6-1-3 talks strategy and what they're going to bring out in a defense now.
So at this point, I think both of these teams also need to continue to remind themselves that they have been both playing really good games so far here today for the most part. We saw the last couple points get a little bit shaky, and local 6-1-3 able to capitalize on them. So I think now PBHG just wanting to make sure they can have a chance to reset and refocus on exactly the things that they can control, making sure that they value the disc when they have those opportunities to score, because local 6-1-3 is on a little bit of an upward momentum swing as well. So PBHG has got to know that if they give the disc back to local 6-1-3, they are likely going to capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, and I was talking to the player 93, as you can see on your screen here, Kyle Plum, before the game, and he described his team as a bunch of people who went to Queens and never left. So they went to Kingston and never left. Then you said yourself there's a player from Queens that you knew from their team as well. Let's see if they can bring that camaraderie. They've known each other for a little while probably, and see if they can pull their friendships together and make this happen. PBHG still sticking with their main 3-4 with Lim, Conrad, Benoon, and Thompson being the sort of the anchors to this offensive line. Let's see if they can keep getting it done for their team as well. (9-9) Wilson with the disc at 9-9 for all you fans of the Brooklyn out there. Wilson with the disc to pull for local 613. And a great pull to what it looks like. Nice and deep for Thompson to collect to Benoon. Benoon looking up the field. Around to Conrad. Nothing he can see that he wants to hit. Benoon streaking up a line. Has it. Uncorks a backhand. 98 going deep. That's Maddie Schwartz. But it's blocked by Worlds player Paula Wong. Swings the disc to Wilson. Number 29, Robinson. To Paula Wong. Back to Wilson. Back to Robinson. Only said 3 names so far in this offensive push from 613. Wong with it again. Wilson, center of the field. Thompson on the mark. A break to the far side. Number 7, Jung. He looks off upfield, hits his dump in Wilson. He swings it over. 19, Kerry Lake. Back to Wilson. Paula Wong going to the break side. Has it. Hits the break side again. For a goal. That was easy.
And that's another break here for local 613, taking advantage of this opportunity to go up a point here with only just under 20 minutes remaining in this game as well. So putting themselves now in the driver's seat and starting to take control a little bit here as they now lead. And this is their first lead of the game since it was about 5-4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been the PBHG show until halftime. After half, it all changed. And now we have 3 breaks in a row? Yeah, that's 3 breaks in a row for local 613. Now they're like you said in the driver's seat, putting all the momentum on their back and streaking their way towards 15 points. Man, it just got so much brighter out here. I didn't bring my hat.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of sun starting to come through. Of course, still a bit of cloud cover and a bit of haze from the smoke that we're experiencing here in BC right now as well. But a little bit of sun trying to poke through, maybe warm some of us up over here too.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We were getting a bit chilly, and it looks like PBHG is stuck with their strategy. They're going to come out with 4 men, 3 women on their line on offense here, just off camera, and local 613 has to match. 613 is going to have a different puller this time. Wilson taking a break, but I think it's number 7, Young, with the disc in his hand. I should have kept Wilson out there. This disc is going to come out of bounds on the near sideline here, probably coming in right at about the brick mark. And PBHG, Thompson will be taking a break, and number 52, Liam Swatsky, is going to take his place as the center handler. Looks like we can't see Benoon either. And Rene Delorme is going to take his spot on the near sideline here. A big throw from the receiver's right underneath, and he makes a big play. Oh, boy. Put that on his highlight reel. Get his Callahan video ready. That was a big play from the PBHG player. Coming back resoundingly after getting broken 3 times in a row to hold on just 4 passes.
Yeah, and that's Medwick combining with Paget again there for the goal. It's clearly another chemistry combination that we've seen from this PBHG team. Not struggling too much to look for that shot. No hesitation really either. There was coverage there, but knowing that the ability of Matthew Paget is to get up for those discs and come down with the big plays when he's needed to.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was going to need that he didn't need to go up and do it, but I think with the receiver right on his tail or right next to him, he opted for going up early and getting it before the defender had a chance to react. So that puts us even again at 10-all, but local 613 leading by a break here. They started on defense at the beginning of the game, so they've got the leading break, and we're not quite on serve, but PBHG looking to make that, put the story back on serve or the break here. So Medwick with the pull. So center the disc to Yearsley, around to Caldwell. Sorry, Collard. 10 Del Gobo. Lauren got a bit of contact as she was grabbing the disc there, and she doesn't look too stable. Bit of discussion. Looks like she's all right. I don't think she's going anywhere. So Evelyn Lauren with the nice grab there from a bit of an awkward pass. The disc coming in. Lauren to Katie Fizzle. Fizzle holds on to the disc. Doesn't see anything she likes. Back to Michaud. Michaud hits a big break around. It's a great throw. There's a foul called off the disc play, but in the middle of your screen there.
Looked like a no contest there from the PBHG player in the middle of the field. Just both of them fighting for that space and some contact occurring.
A little bit of bumper grind's all right, as long as nobody gets hurt. So Evelyn Lauren's going to start with the disc here. No cuts for her upfield, so she looks for the dump. She hits it. She streaks up the line and is out of the way. A break throw to Katie Fizzle. Fakes the break side backhand and centers it back to 17 Michaud. Back to Yearsley. Michaud streaking up the line, but a good job by the mark to block that off. Fizzle gets it back. She throws a flick to Campbell, who almost gets laid out into from a big play from the PBHG player, but he hangs on and makes a score 11-10.
Both of these teams still looking engaged in this game as well. It's easy for a team to take a step back when somebody like Local 613 starts to make a run of their own, but PBHG so far very much still involved here, and this game really is starting to be a little bit of a barn burner. We're running down on time as well and keeping it at 11-10 with just over 10 minutes to go in this match.
Yeah, the last game we had to stream for you as well was also not necessarily a barn burner, but close coming to the end of the game, and actually the horn went during a very decisive point. I don't know if we'll get to that in this game either, but it has been very close with 613 still leading by that break, even if they didn't start on it. So 613 has put their main puller, Wilson, back out there. He's going to pick up the disc and hoof it down for them. PBHG has their main three, just two of their main three out again. Thompson and Conrad, not Thompson. Conrad and Beardsel are out there. And a new number 99, we haven't seen him. He has a cool nickname. Alpha T Jamal, his name is Elf. His nickname is Elf. So if you hear me yell Elf, it's number 99. So Conrad gets the disc centered. So sorry, that is Thompson. He's just removed his green sleeves. So Beardsel around to Elf, right on the near sideline here. Swings it, hits the hands of number 36, Alex Newton. She's not able to hold on. Wilson from 613 is going to pick the disc up, and they're going to try and march it down for another break here. Our side to 29, Robinson. He flicks it. It's a floaty flick. Oh, and a block from Thompson, but, oh, it was floating. And all the 6-1-3 players were trying to get underneath it, but unable to.
Yeah, 2 players there from local trying to make the second effort on that one, and they weren't able to get there, but that is a reason always to catch your Ds as well. That did give the opportunity for those 2 players to go in and make that attempt on that disc.
So Thompson picks up the disc, centers it to Beardsell. Looks for a break side, and he hits it. That's Conrad with the disc now. He has a streaking player deep. Number 98, Maddie Schwartz. She hangs on to it easily. She has Elf in the end zone. She doesn't miss. Maddie Schwartz hits Elf, Atik, Jamal in the end zone to tie it up at 11 all here. Like you said, PBHG not out of it yet. Nobody is. This game is tied.
Yeah, this game definitely one to be watching for these last 10 minutes here. 11-11, and both of these teams looking so confident when they manage to get the disc back on offense. So I'm impressed here right now, Lucas. I'm excited to see how this is going to play out as well, but an exciting game here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, can you tell I'm thrilled? I just got a glare from Becky, so I don't think she gets it. We're going to see the 6-1-3 players coming out here with their standard offensive line led by their tall man. Yearsley, get his first name here. What is Joel Yearsley, their tall guy. And PBHG probably looking to stack a line here, Becky, to try and force that break to get it back on serve and put them in the lead.
Yeah, we'll see what they can accomplish. You see the likes of Lou Galvez out there on the line. Of course, a TCU 24 player with the women's team, a silver medal in Perth earlier this year. Matthew Paget out on D there as well, Beardsell. So it should be interesting to see what they can do with this, try and get a conversion.
So it's getting collected to Yearsley. He moves it to the far sideline to Campbell. Campbell looking back into the center for a dump. He has Michaud. Fakes flick. Flakes backhand. He's looking upfield on the flick side again. Collected by Collard. She hits Robinson in the middle. Or sorry, Michaud in the middle. Beardsell's setting the mark here from PBHG. Fizzle collects the easy under, fakes the op line, and hits number 9, Lauren. Swings it back to Fizzle. And again to Campbell. 2 breaks throws in a row, and another break throw deep. Yearsley streaking forward. Is he going to have enough? No, he's not. So just coming to the end of this game, maybe not enough juice left in the tank to chase that down.
Yeah, and that one from Campbell, just that time too much spin on that disc, putting it too far in front of Yearsley to make a play. Did have a wide open receiver in Joel Yearsley, so Winnipeg team here a little bit lucky to have been given this disc back with an opportunity to break, but we'll see if they can take advantage of the opportunity gifted to them.
So the first throw is to Beardsell. He throws it a bit high over the top. Number 8, Matthew Paget with the disc. Airs it out. Number 16 chasing it down to number 52 as well, and they come down with it. Liam Sawatsky with the goal for PBHG to break back and put themselves back in the lead.
Yeah, and I got to say as well, wasn't sure when Matthew Paget put that disc up that he had the open receiver. He had 2 people going in the end, and that one brought down by Sawatsky for the goal to put themselves back up, and this one just going back and forth right now.
Yeah, I think it was the intended receiver was Brianne Yazenko, number 16 on the close side of the field here. The accidental receiver, the one who scored it, Sawatsky, just happened to be going deep at the same time, like you said, Becky. But yeah, oh man, I'm excited. I'm gonna say the same thing I said last time. If you're not really watching this, if you're listening to Becky and I give you the lowdown, I would suggest you change tabs and come watch this game because it's close. And it looks like we're gonna get a timeout here from PBHG, and maybe just calm their nerves a little bit. Well, I wouldn't want to calm the nerves. I would be excited.
We have seen a little bit more of a frantic second half from both of these teams here, however, so not a bad call here. They've got about 6 minutes left, so maybe just looking to slow the pace down as well as they look to get another break in these next 5 minutes and try and close this one out.
Yeah, like you said, time is a factor here. So yeah, by the looks of it, just over 5 left to go till that horn goes. What do you think's brought PBHG back into this, like in terms of mental? What would a coach have told them to bring this back, Becky?
At this point, I think it was mostly just focusing on the things that they could control in this game. They got a little bit caught off guard by the momentum swing that Local had coming out into the second half. So just reminding themselves that it is really up to how they want to play this game and only worrying about the things that they can do and not what the other team is doing or what runs the other team is going on, just focusing on coming out and executing their offense.
So PBHG to pull. It's Will Medwick holding the disc. He's been pulling well all game, so we can see if he can do it again.
Go!
And it is a good pull. It's probably going to land inbounds. Collected by number 8 to Yearsley. Sorry, from Miles to Wilson to Yearsley, Joel Yearsley. Collard with the disc, centers it back to Yearsley. This disc still with Yearsley. Not seeing anything upfield. Forces something, but it doesn't connect. Just throwing it behind Evelyn Lauren there and not able to make that happen. So PBHG with the chance here to break for the second point in a row and yeah, really make this interesting. Medwick's going to pick it up on the far side of the field. A backhand force applied by Wilson. In the middle to Lim. Swung further to Elf. Back to Lim in the middle of the field. Now it's onto a flick force for a right-handed player. Never mind, that was just that player had it wrong. It's still a backhand force. 88. Oh, there's my list. There it is. Jared Ham throwing the goal to the, it didn't catch your side there, sorry guys. But that puts PBHG with a break into their second in a row here and puts them up by 2.
It's Lou Galvez again in the end zone for the goal, and we've really seen her a lot in this second half here as well. A little bit quieter in the first half, but coming out in these big moments when she's really needed on these power lines from this Winnipeg team.
Yeah, that was a great job by PBHG, not wasting that opportunity of the miscue or the missed turnover by Yearsley there, throwing it behind his intended receiver, and then PBHG just calm, cool, collected, marched it in. So as we mentioned earlier, PBHG had won the 2 meetings between these 2 teams previously, and for a minute there it looked like we might see a third, and then it changed back to Local 613 coming back, but now we've got PBHG in charge again, up 13-11 here. So Matthew Paget is gonna pull for PBHG. 613 looking to stop this streak of breaks and get an easy hold. It's a great pull from Paget. Center the disc to Wilson. Setter to Fizzle. Looks off deep. Hits Michaud. He doesn't see anything he likes, but he pumps it up and goes deep for Wilson. And it's just too far. Looked like Wilson had an opportunity to go up early, but didn't. And number 8, Paget is going to pick up the disc. And PBHG with another chance to break here.
Yeah, Katie Fizzle was also going there as well, so Wilson maybe just aware that there was other people in the area before making a play on that disc.
And a big huck coming up. There's a bunch of players underneath it. Oh, and it's after 3 or 4 touches from both teams, it finally touches the ground and no one able to complete that pass. Wilson with the disc, centers it to Yearsley and around to Robinson. Or sorry, Michaud who has it. Delgobo. Fizzle is almost in the center of the field now. Throws a backhand break to Lauren, who backhand breaks again, but just out of the reach of Del Gobo. And PBHG again having to work 70 yards up the field to try and break it again.
Yeah, and with really time not on their side at this point, they needed to punch that in at this point. The hard cap horn will be sounding in just under a minute at this point, so definitely need to try and get this disc back and get this goal in before that horn goes.
Yeah, not too much time left at all, according to our clocks, and I think the TD's done a great job at being. And as I say that, the horn is gone, so this game will be played to 14, but with only 1 point left to play, that means that PBHG has this one in the bag, and anything more now is just for stats. So Wilson unleashes a big forehand flick to number 16, Brianne Yazenko, who pulls it down for the final point of this game, making it 14-11 for PBHG, who got 3 breaks in a row there to pull it in to finally put this one away. What was the key? Why did they win, Becky? Tell me.
Honestly, I think at this point, PBHG just looked a little bit more consistent on their decision-making, making the right choices and working it around the field. They had almost half of their team involved in the assists or goals during this game. Local 613 was close to that, but not quite there, so maybe just a little bit more depth showing from this PBHG team, helping them close this one out.
Yeah, I agree. Depth probably the key there, and that wraps it up for this round play. We will be back at 4:30.
We'll be back at 4:25, and we'll be seeing a rematch of the Mixed Masters final from last year. We've got Macedon out of right here, their home, Vancouver, BC, and we'll be seeing Penguin Village from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, the rematch of the Mixed Masters final up next at 4:25.
We'll see you then, guys.